Hola, bonjour, merhaba, ciao, hallo, konnichiwa, ni hao, hello. Spanish, French, Turkish, Italian, German, Japanese, Chinese, and English are just a few of the 7,000 different languages spoken around the globe today. For all of you sitting in this room right now, I'm proud we are making the effort to learn another lingua. But why not more? Language allows us to connect and socialize with other people. This is what we live for. We all strive to make that deeper connection, to find friends, to provide assistance, to vent, to laugh, to cry. We need language in our lives. But how are we supposed to connect on an international level when we seclude our thoughts, feelings, words, and emotions to one native tongue? How are we supposed to understand another culture, to discover another race, or to find another universe? There are roughly 6 billion people inhabiting our planet, all with different customs, stories, traditions, and ways of life. However, language barriers can seclude us from other worlds. Knowing more than one language unlocks our English world and makes room for us to grow. It leads us to exploration of ourselves, another culture, and altogether mankind. From the source Omni Glow, Ludwig Wittgenstein once said, "The limits of my language are the limits of my universe." Since I was a little girl, I have had a passion for language, especially French. I was obsessed with the conspicuousness of knowing a secret language that no one could understand. I pretended I was Parisian, I talked with an accent. I wanted to be part of another life. After completing an exchange in France, however, my obsession became more of an understanding. I realized that language can provide you a life full of beauty, companionship, travel, peace, and self-discovery. It can lead you to more job opportunities, rewarding cultural experiences, and deeply rooted memories that will last a lifetime. My French studies have made me realize that the only way for the world to be in peace is to connect. And to connect, we must speak and understand each other, meaning that we all need to learn at least one other language. To obtain a better understanding of ourselves and to connect on an international level, we must challenge ourselves to learn at least one, if not more, different languages. Today I will cover a few problems that cause people not to want to learn another language, easy steps to getting started, and how your lives will be improved after utilizing una nueva lengua. On that note, let's look at some problems. Many feel that learning a different language is too difficult and takes a lot of effort. From the source OmniGlow, Nicholas Ostler states that most people in the world are multilingual, and everybody could be. No one is rigorously excluded from a language community except through a lack of time and effort. Different languages protect and nourish the growth of different cultures where different pathways of human knowledge can be discovered. They certainly make life richer for those who know more than one of them. So why aren't we learning different languages? From the Gotham Gazette, I learned that only 44% of high school students in the United States are taking foreign language classes. This leading to a low 9% of Americans, as opposed to half of Europeans who speak one or more foreign languages. And according to a 2003 report, the number of students enrolling in foreign language classes is drastically dropping all across the nation. Another problem is the conception that English is spoken by everyone around the world, and that it's fair to use English when traveling to communicate. With my own travel experiences, I can tell that people get frustrated when foreigners don't take the time to understand their language and culture. I recently went to Mexico over spring break, and I made a friend. He was a worker at the resort where I stayed. I wanted to learn from him because I felt embarrassed that I couldn't speak Spanish when he could speak Spanish, French, and English. I could see the light in his eyes when I started to ask him how to say different phrases in Spanish. I could tell he felt respected. He challenged me. It became a game. I had to order in Spanish, I had to practice my accent, and I expanded my vocabulary with a few words like un tenedor y una servilleta. Making the effort to be part of his culture and native tongue made him smile from ear to ear. When traveling, you are entering another country with a different culture and a different language, but most expect to get by in English. This can be possible if you stay in touristy areas. And according to Dave Barry, Americans who travel abroad for the first time are often shocked to discover that despite all the progress that has been made in the last 30 years, Foreign people still speak their foreign languages. Finally, some find that since they do not travel a lot and live in an English-speaking country, that there's no need to take the time to learn another language. According to the Independent News, the United States has declared our official language as English. But this is not the only language spoken in the United States. From an anthropology source titled Introduction, there are 165 different languages spoken in our nation. We are known for mass immigration, and we are nicknamed the melting pot. So it shouldn't be a surprise that there are 47 million Americans who speak a different language other than English at home, with Spanish speakers making up 30 million of this total. Now that I have identified some problems and why we need to take the time to learn another language, let's focus on the tactics and solutions to making it happen. There are many different ways you can learn a language. 1, take a few classes at your university or your college. 2, purchase a Rosetta Stone or a different language learning program and practice each and every day. 3, join a club or group within your community that get together each week to practice their language skills and to hang out. And finally, if you are gutsy and have the time, submerge yourself into another culture. Experience a study abroad in Europe, get your work visa for Japan, join the Peace Corps in Africa, or volunteer in India. This is going to be the easiest and quickest way to learn and will probably be one of the most life-rewarding and memorable experiences of your life. Also remember, don't be afraid, be patient, and be open-minded. When learning another language, you are going to make silly mistakes and you will make a fool out of yourself. After a long day running around Bordeaux, my host mother asked me if I was tired. I replied, "Oui, mes jambons sont très fatigués." I said that my hands were tired instead of my legs. She looked at me in confusion, but we had a great laugh. When you are learning another language, you must adapt to the culture. Be understanding and willing to try new things. And finally, it takes time to catch on to the language. Be patient and be diligent, and one day you will wake up realizing you know more than you thought you did. Now that we are comfortable with the first few steps of learning another language, let's move on to the many benefits. By knowing another language, you have more job opportunities. According to Sally Hernandez from the Sacramento office team, she stated in the job journal that any additional skill that makes you different is beneficial, and bilingual is something special. This means you're going to have good resumes and you're going to be a stronger applicant. Count on language taking you abroad. This will bless you with memorable travel experiences because you can actually communicate with the native people, making lifelong connections and friends. When learning another language, you are going to obtain a better understanding of yourself, your culture, and altogether mankind. You're going to grow as a person, and you are going to be able to have a better understanding of where you come from through comparisons of different cultures. Your mind will also stay healthy, fighting against dementia because you keep your mind active and flexible. And finally, you're going to open up your universe. Okay, now it's time to wrap things up. Language is our life, and to expand our universe, we must commit to learning at least one other language. Today we have learned a few different reasons why people don't feel it is important to learn another language, easy steps to getting started, and finally, all the great benefits of being bilingual. Knowing another language besides English, and for us in this room, French, will bring us peace within ourselves and others, a deeper understanding of mankind, and travel experiences and friendships that will last a lifetime. I'm going to raise my hand today and vow that I will learn another language besides English and French. I plan to tackle Spanish next. I would like to ask all of you to raise your hands with me if you vow to continue your language speaking skills and studies. I would like you to keep learning languages and put a spark in a foreigner's eye the next time you are in a different country. Show them respect, experience the world, travel and find peace within your own heart by making distant connections and lasting memories. With that said, I bid adieu and wish to you all bon voyage. Any questions? Okay.
Good job.
Thank you.